talk shop. I'm here to talk cops who crooked and corrupt, who need to be stopped, who aren't afraid to aim, squeeze and release round after round until they put them in sheets. I said any and everywhere they're hitting it, well aware of what they're doing, and no, they don't care. Everything's illegal.
Oh, you're a dumb
Nobody's
mother.
free. We're all tapped to track. Yeah, you and me, hardwired to tune. They watching the back room.
John L. Keller.
Zoom, laughing at me and you. Yeah, go ahead, think it ain't a police stick for real, cause the cops got tanks. I got rounds to pull out, around to the used, but that ain't a problem. I put the used on you. I said, won't fall smooth, you'll be up on the news. Whoever's walking around in the family weeping.
Car.
He at least deserved to be told, put your hands where we can see them.
Man down. Yeah, they do what they want, and they rule by force and they're right on the hunt. Man down. They put another in the ground. I got tanks and troops headed to your town. Man down. It ain't a game, it's a shame.
While I'm walking to find a restroom, this must be the county jail. Lots of barbed wire, razor wire up there. Controlled access, admittance by director or designee only. It's just a beautiful view.
Okay, but we can walk.
Hey guys, I am in downtown Albuquerque, beautiful downtown. And right across the street from me over there is the Sheriff's Department, and I guess there's Police Department in there as well. It says Police Department and Sheriff's Department. So this is a twofer. So you guys get double the value when you come to my channel. But I'm walking down to the crosswalk before I cross the street. And then I'm going to go over a couple Bible verses and, you know, pray for the men and women of our city. And then spend a few minutes just doing some filming. This is how you know you're close to a county jail. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bondsmen or women right there. Those sirens were way behind me, even though they sounded kind of loud, so I didn't even bother to turn around. You guys, there are cops everywhere. Got a prisoner transport vehicle over there across the street. Got the Regional Correctional Center right across the street. And I'm going to stop right here in this nice shaded area. Sit on this ledge for a second and do a little reading. Alright, time for take 2. I didn't hit the record button last time and spent 5 or 6 minutes talking, and I'd wrapped everything up before I realized I wasn't recording. So, I'm here in front of the Sheriff's Department, the Police Department. Looks like they're in the same building. And today I want to talk about wisdom. And I feel so bad because I did a great job last time. This wind is just killing me though. Keeps blowing the page over on my Bible. Give me a second, guys. Oh, let me just turn around. As I almost fall down. Alright, so, I want to talk about wisdom, the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 13 through 18. Blessed is the man who finds wisdom, the man who gains understanding, for she is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold. And the sheep and the herd that they're talking about here, that's wisdom. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand. In her left hand are riches and honor. 401's over there.
Over there? Thank you.
Her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Those who lay hold of her will be blessed. So, what I'm getting from that, guys, let me switch hands here. I gotta be careful because the camera is right here. So what I'm getting from that is that when you seek wisdom, you're gonna be blessed more than any money, any riches could ever provide for you. That wisdom, and now notice it didn't say knowledge, it said wisdom. There's a big difference. Because you can be a wise man, but not necessarily have all the knowledge in the world. In fact, a wise man would probably say that he doesn't know everything. But I think back to probably one of the wisest people that I've ever seen in my lifetime. I didn't know him personally, but I grew up with him. And a lot of you probably grew up with him as well. Mr. Fred Rogers. That man, yes, he was very smart, but he also knew that he didn't know everything. He also knew that, sometimes you got to look inside yourself and look past what's written on the paper to find out what's really right. And that man took his wisdom and used it to educate multiple generations. The friends that he gained, the respect that he has from everybody. I honestly can't think of a single person who doesn't respect Mr. Rogers. And that's all just from his wisdom. Not from the knowledge that he shared, but from his wisdom and how he applied that knowledge. And that's what I pray for today for our sheriff's department and our police department. Is wisdom. The wisdom to use their knowledge and apply it in a just and kind manner. Yes, our police need to be tough. Yes, they need to be strong. But I also believe that they need to be kind as well. I don't think they can do the job correctly without a kind heart. Wisdom for a deputy or an officer is, let's say you get pulled over for going 38 and a 30, right? And you've never had a ticket before, never had a moving violation. Well, wisdom, at least in my opinion, would be that officer saying, look, you were speeding, but there's no traffic around. Try and keep it below 30 and have a nice day. I'm just going to give you a warning today. Now, that's not to say if it's your 7th or 8th time being pulled over for speeding that you should get off with just a warning. Obviously, there comes a time where those warnings turn into action. But that's where wisdom comes in. That's where discernment comes in. And those are the decisions that deputies and officers have to make every day. So some of the decisions. So I'm going to pray for our deputies, our sheriff's deputies, and our police officers that they will use their wisdom. I am going to pray with my eyes open. I am in public. I don't want someone just to walk up on me, just to, Anyway, Father, thank you for blessing me and blessing my family. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to live in such a beautiful state, in a beautiful city. Father, I pray for wisdom in my life, and I also pray for wisdom for our police officers and our sheriff's deputies, that they can use their wisdom and discernment and apply their knowledge in a just and peaceful, kind manner. And I pray that you watch over everybody in this city tonight, God, from citizens to law enforcement to public officials, that you watch over everybody and keep us all safe. Thank you, God, for sending your Son to live on this earth as a human. The sacrifice he made for my life. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys, so I'm going to take a few minutes, walk around the building, do a little filming. There's some interesting stuff I want to point out at the front. And I hope you guys have a great day. I hope I have a great day.
So guys, that was very cool. They went to do the parking meters, and they stopped at the car, and because we have our handicap placard up, they told me, stop feeding the meter. You don't have to if you have a handicap sticker. So, hey, now we know. He's still over there. Kind of frustrating though, because I have been literally feeding that stupid meter for the last 2 hours. And that's alright. You live and learn.
Alright, so we've got police department and sheriff's office, sheriff's department, all in the same building. Now, I don't know what that little blue placard with the 3 different figures on it is supposed to represent. This guy behind me, oh, he's just watering. Of course, he had to do it right when I came up here. But we got lots of blue flags here. Blue line. No public restrooms, no smoking within 30 feet. Well, we've got some signs that I guess the public put up that says thank you and standing true for you. Let's see if I can get that one. And we're at the John A. Price Law Enforcement Center, which covers both the police department and the sheriff's department. We're just going to take a walk around the building here. Although I'm walking the same way that the guy watering the plants is going to be going. He's going the same direction. There's the Cumulus Radio Center. Got a bunch of radio stations that go out of that building. Restricted area, law enforcement personnel only. Entering or loitering in this area shall be deemed trespassing in violation of Albuquerque City Ordinance number 12-2-3. Punishable by a fine of not more than $500, or by imprisonment up to 90 days or both. So I'm not going down there. Got some chief of staff parking. Commander of Criminal Investigation Divisions, Chief Deputy, Commander for IA gets his own spot, Executive Assistant, which that's not really a spot, but looks like they use it. Another Chief Deputy spot down there. Area Commander for the Northwest, Area Commander FSB only, VA. I don't know what FSB or VA is. I know it's not Virginia. All right, guys, this is something I want to point out. Sheriff's Department, marked units only. Now, I'm not going on because there is a no trespassing sign here. It's really faded. I'm not going to go off the sidewalk. But I want you to tell me, does that look like a marked unit to you? The only thing it's got is the lights up top. It doesn't even have the, the big lights that are normally by the mirrors. That does not look like a marked unit to me. So they're breaking their own rules there. I kind of want to go around and just see what this sign says. Admin Captain. Does this look like a marked unit? Unless they're counting that government license plate as markings. Now this one does have the light by the mirror, but it doesn't even have like the ghost markings, guys. Where they'll paint like 2 different shades of black and call that marking it. That's all. I mean, I just find it funny that it says marked units only. Like here's the ghost markings on this one. It's got the black paint job with the dark gray paint on it. Or the dark gray trim. And they call that marked. Although I guess it does say Interceptor right on the front. But this just looks like someone's personal car. It may be a department vehicle, but it's definitely not marked. I am a bit surprised, though. I may have contact here in a minute. Just had a police, I think it was police, might have been sheriff. No, sheriff's deputy rolled by really slow. Hopefully I don't. Hopefully he just leaves me alone. Sheriff's deputy. Look at this Charger. Definitely got the lights in the back window. But it's out on the public sidewalk. I don't know what the laws are for marking vehicles, how they have to be marked in New Mexico. So I don't complain about that. I just think it's funny that parking lot says marked units only. And I only saw one marked unit in there. And looks like we got another entrance here. With the same blue flags. The same signs, thank you signs, we, you. Maybe there's a heart that's faded on that one. Looks, oh yeah. There's a heart that's faded on the we, you. It's we love you. But restricted area, law enforcement personnel only. So this is not a pub, oh, I didn't even see it on the, because it's faded. But if you look, it says this is not a public entrance. All right, I am not sure. That says police cars only over there, so I'm not going to go in that parking lot and cut through. I'm going to be safe and walk across. That is a cool looking statue. Never seen that one before. course, I may have driven by it 100 times and not realized it, but it's very cool. City worker doing her job. Records Division Manager gets their own parking spot. Now this one didn't say marked units, at least as far as I could tell. There may be a sign up here. Albuquerque Crime Stoppers vehicle. Do we really need a unit? Like, I mean, it's not like the greatest paint job in the world, but did we really need to pay extra for this paint job? Why not just put that there with Crime Stoppers underneath? We didn't need all this on the side. It's government waste, guys. Government waste. APD parking only. So it doesn't say marked units, it just says APD parking only. We've got more reserved parking for law enforcement vehicles on the street. And I guess that's okay, you know, if you got to get out quickly. Another entrance to their parking garage with the same restricted area signs. So we're not going to be going down there. Turn engine off when vehicle is not in use. We got some cool motorcycles over here, guys. Let's see what we got. I'm not going to touch them. I'm just going to look. Suzuki TSCC engine, so I'm assuming it's a Suzuki, but it doesn't really have any other markings on it. It's probably just someone's personal bike. This one is a Vulcan. This one's beautiful. Yeah, these are people's personal bikes, which I'm fine with. I don't mind them actually parking them over here. And this is a DL650 BS Trom Adventure. Good looking bike. Set up, I guess you could go either off-road or on the streets. It's street legal. But it definitely also looks like you could take it off-road. Look at those tires. Those are not street tires. And then you got this Harley here. Looks like it might be a 72 Harley. It's got some wear right where his legs will hit that down there by the 72, but the rest of the paint job is just beautiful. It's got a nice gold finish on it. Beautiful bike. I'm back over here in the front by the guys watering the plants. I have had zero contact, guys. Let me flip this around. See if it'll... Alright, so I'm sweating a bit. It's pretty hot out. But I've had zero contact. I'm going to give it another couple minutes here. Just to see, like, I'm not even filming them, but there's people that they could see me from up top there. I don't want to get too close to their truck. Their pump is already really loud. I just waved at the guys inside. They waved back. So anyway, a couple more minutes and then we're gonna head back. Just call it a day. City workers here doing a good job keeping the plants green. Although I would have rather they gone with more traditional desert flora than having to plant trees that require water. It's not a big thing, but it's like you could have saved a lot of money by spending a little bit more up front. You know, you fill that in with rocks and put some cactuses and aloe plants and, you know, maybe some desert flowers that would bloom when it rains and only when it rains. But no, now we're paying these two guys who are just doing their jobs, and I got no problem with them doing it. We're paying for a water truck, we're paying for the gas, paying for all the water, and the two guys' salaries. And they're city workers. I guarantee you they make a decent money just to water the plants. And it's little things like that, guys, that frustrate the hell out of me. Just drives me crazy. All right. So I'm gonna go down to the light. I'm gonna spend another minute or two here. Actually, yeah. I've made a deal with my wife that I'm not gonna be one of the guys that goes inside and films. But I do need to go in and actually ask a couple questions. And I will relay the answers to you when I get back. I'm gonna ask about New Mexico's ID laws, because I'm not 100% sure what they are. The little bit that I've found basically only says that you can't give a false ID. You can't give a name other than your legal name when the cops ask. But I couldn't find anything that says you have to ID yourself. So let's go find out. I will go in and find out, and I'll relay the answers when I get back. Because I made my wife a promise, and I'm going to keep that promise. Guys, I am out here on my way back out, and I got no answers about the ID laws. There was only really a security guard. I don't even think he was a police officer, just working the desk inside. He gave me IA's number and said to call them, and they could probably direct me who to ask about New Mexico's ID laws. So that's going to be for another video. I may do that today, I may do it tomorrow, but I will, I'll make the calls on camera, and we'll see if we can get it recorded. All right, just flipping my camera around, walking right by their truck. How you doing, guys? Other than the contact that I initiated, I've had 0 contact so far. How's it going? Not even a couple funny looks. So I'm gonna keep this on all the way till I get back to the car. And that's gonna be it. So far, it's a pass. We got a state of New Mexico vehicle here. Don't know who's inside, but somebody who works for the state. Like I said, guys, there's government offices all around here. And I'm doing the legal thing. I could have just walked right across the street to my car, but I'm just coming down to the crosswalk, making sure I'm legal. There we go. Let's see if this officer, how's it going?
Good, good.
Actually says anything as I walk by. APD transport unit. How you doing? Yeah, relatively benign. Guys, I'm actually impressed. There were multiple officers, multiple guys inside the building who saw me. Nobody said a word. How's it going?
I ain't here to talk shop. I'm here to talk cops who crooked and corrupt, who need to be stopped, who aren't afraid to aim, squeeze and release round after round until they put them in